Hi, my name is Alessandro Gangelos and that's a video tutorial coming from cgcookie.com for Max Cookie. Today we continue to work at the Photoreal interior with VRay scene, and today I'd like to add some more furniture there and continue adding more details to the room. So let's go in the top, and that's the space we have there, and I like to add a furniture down the window, so we can have maybe something like that about the space. So let's imagine I'm doing with a box just to have the proportion to understand if it is nice or not. So let's rotate the view. So we need something more little, I think, because you have to be able to access to the window. So let's imagine something like that, and yeah, it can be nice. So let's say 80 centimeters, let's say 75 centimeters. Okay, nice. So we can start modeling some stuff, and we can use simply some primitives. So let's go to have a sample box, and we'll do something similar to the previous one. Okay, this one will be the top plane. We'll use 0.25 for the fillet. Let's say that the height is 5 centimeters, maybe 6 centimeters. Let's say 2 meters and half, and 10 and 75 centimeters. Okay, we need the same at the bottom, so we make a copy using the shift. Okay, as an instance, then we can remove this one. Okay, we need the same boxes as we done there to close. So sample box, and we'll do something like that. Okay, so 0.25 there for the fillet, and we say that the height is again 5 centimeters. The width is, let's say, 75, and there 69. Okay, we can move it, and we have the first one there. And we have also the other one on this side, and using the shift key we can make another instance. Okay, so then we can have some stuff to divide this furniture, and we can use this one, for example. So let's make a clone as a copy, because we need to play with it, and we can move it. And let's say that this one is more little, so let's say maybe 3 centimeters. It stays in the middle, but obviously it will be more little. Okay, so then we can have let's say that there we have this one open, and there we have something to open it. So maybe we can move this one a little bit over, and we can make a copy of this one, edit clone as a copy, and we move it, and we can move it not in the middle to have something more interesting. So let's say maybe something like that. Nice. And then we have there maybe some boxes to open the furniture. So let's see from the front. Okay. And we can have, let's say that we select just those pieces, and we go in the isolation. So we have just the furniture, and we can fix some stuff. For example, this one must be a little bit bigger. Let's say 201, maybe 200, 0 and 5. Okay, nice. So then we can create again a chamfer box, and we use a chamfer box to have the closing there. Okay, the fillet is 0.25 as always, and this one can be aligned, but we can do it manually because the scene is really little. Okay, and then let's move it. So we have this one, and then I like to have also the second one, and to have the second one we can make just one piece, and then we can split it. So let's say that there we go for a box, so we can create a box starting from there and arriving to the other side, and we have to tweak a little bit the height, maybe less. And talking sorry about the height there, let's say that we have 2 centimeters in there. Sorry, we do the same. So let's align to the same height of this one, or the y-axis, and then we have to split it. So we can do a really simple thing. We can just use boxes, really little boxes like this one, and let's align to the center also over the x-axis, and we move it, and we pick this one, compound object, pro boolean, start picking. Okay, we can convert to editable poly, and this one is an element. Okay, so we say sorry, the touch, and close. So let's pick all the edges of this one, and we go for a chamfer, and let's say 0.25 and 2 edges, and close. Let's do the same for the other one. So chamfer 0.25 and 2 segments, and say yes. Okay, so then I like to adjust just the pivot for this one. Let's see from the other point of view if it's right. Okay, nice. And then we can create a really simple thing. Let's go for boxes. Like this one. And let's move it. Okay, so this one can be obviously something like that. So let's go for 1.5, and we can go for 15, and let's go for 4 centimeters, maybe 30 centimeters. Then let's convert to editable poly, and this one, and also this one. We go for an inset. Okay, and that faces can have an extrusion, but it is negative. Let's say something like that. Let's say yes, and then the edges, all the edges can have, maybe just not all. We go just for this one, this one, this one, this one, there, there. All the edges around the mesh. We have to select this one too, and the other there too. Let's go back to a shadows phase and chamfer, but we go for something more little. Let's say 0.15 with another segments, and say yes and close. Okay, nice. So let's move this one there, and from the front let's align just to the y-axis. Okay, and let's make a clone as an instance, and this one is linked to this one. Okay, so then we can rotate a little bit just to have it not closed, and then we can make a clone for this one too. So let's make a clone and put it there. Nice. So this stuff can have a glossy metal. So let's pick, for example, there. Let's rate and let's call it glossy metal. It will be a VRay material as always, and that's black and white there. There will be 12, but it will be high glossy, and then a little bit of anisotropy too. Perfect. So then that's the sofa. I like to find the wood we used before. So let's exit, rotate. Okay, and then let's say that we can remove this one and we pick the wood from this piece. So we can assign the same material. So let's select all the other P's and we give this one. Then to create something different, we can pick this metal and we can say that there we have maybe let's imagine some kind of white, let's say white furniture. We go for VRay material, white color, and we go for Fresnel reflection, let's say 2.2. We have a little bit of reflection with a little bit of glossiness, and that's all. We have to see if it is nice or not. I like to find a camera, a useful camera. Let's use this one. Select the camera. And then select the target. Okay. Save. And we can render a preview. Just to be sure, let's go for 900. Okay, and render. Stop and select just this area. I like to see if the reflection is right or not. We have still the depth of field, so let's remove it. Select camera, remove the depth of field and render again. Okay. I like to have more reflectivity and a little bit less reflection glossiness. So let's go for 0.9 and a higher reflectivity, and we can open this one a little bit more. Okay, and render again. Okay, now it is better. Perfect. Okay, I'm just checking the other stuff there, but I think it's nice. So it will be nice to have something over this furniture, but before we have to, okay, it is near the wall, and that's right. So we can, and let's put something inside this furniture, and let's pick just some area with the isolation, and let's say that we have the extended primitives and we use the chamfer box. Let's imagine that we have some DVD boxes or maybe Blu-ray boxes. Obviously we have no texture for it, but you can create it as you need with no problem. So we have to scale it, and the standard measure is 13.5, and then we have here 1.5, and we have 19, and there the fillet we can do 0.1. Let's rotate by 90 degrees, and we can put it there. Okay, let's move it and let's check there. Okay, and okay, nice. So then let's create a series. We can assign a material. Let's go for, we can assign a standard black color. Let's use the same black we are using there, it's not important. And we can use a series, so let's go there, extras, and we can create an array. And preview, display as boxes. And in total, we need a copy. Let's move it. And we have to cover there. Let's see if we have enough space. A little bit more, let's say until there. And let's have more copies. Okay, and let's go to check there. Okay, let's say instance, and then we can remove some copies. Then we can move this one there, and we can, using no angle snap, we can have this copy put like that. And then we can exit from there. Let's see again in the camera number 3 how it looks. Obviously, if you have some texture, please use it so you can have a really nice result. Okay, now we have something there inside this stuff. We can put the same thing we have there also on this one as a copy. We move it in the center. And this way we add some detail to this furniture too. Okay. Nice. Let's see. So now we have this stuff too, and we can add more thing. Then we can add a book or this table. So let's use a standard boxes. Let's zoom back and zoom there. And we use something like that. Okay, let's isolate in all viewport, and there we can use the perspective. Perfect. Now we can model from there. So we can start doing something really simple. So let's go to convert to poly, and let's select that spaces, and we go for an inset. Okay, and let's extrude using by local, and we can go for something like that. Then let's pick this face and we can move it there. Perfect. So we have the basic shape of our book. Let's add a little bit of detail. So let's go for edges faces, and we can select some edges. We can select both, use the chamfer. Let's go for 0, 1 with 2 segments and say yes. Then let's use the polygon selection, and let's go to select this polygon also this one and this one, or maybe just let's go for this one, or maybe not. Okay, let's use less polygons and this one. And let's tessellate. Now let's go also with the other pages. So we can use the tessellation there, or we can add directly a tessellate. Let's use quad node tension. Okay, let's try in this way and polyselect to close the selection, and then we can use a 3 FFD, or maybe we can use before. So select there and let's move a little bit, so you see we have a control over the shape there, and we can do the same over the side of the book. Okay, perfect. And there we can say that we have also a material ID. And let's say that we have ID set to not, we need a different selection. So polyselect polygon. Let's remove those polygons using the crossing. Okay, and we say that the ID with a material is 2, and then polyselect polygon, select invert, and material set to 1, and then a polyselect, and everything is closed. Let's go to create a new material. We can remove this one and let's call it book. We go for multi sub-object. We go for 2 maps, and the second one is a VRay material, and that's white as you see, and the first one is a VRay material, and that's the cover. Let's say maybe something like that. We have a texture, a free texture we downloaded from the web, and you find this texture. If you have more texture, you can create more books. Okay, let's scale it down, and let's say that we pick this part. So apply. Let's remove the edges faces, but let's select the book. Okay, let's rotate by 90 degrees. And let's go to have a UV map. So we should need to make some unwrapping, but we can do it also another way. If we like to do something really fast, we can go there with the polygons, select this one and go for a planar map, and we can assign also another material to this one, so we can do something different. let's say that this one has the planar map, but also the other one there. Okay, there we have planar map, and let's say that the material ID is 1. Then we have another poly select, and we select the faces there. Okay, and we say that we have the material set to 3, and we have another UV map. We are talking about a planar, but we are talking about a map like this one, and then a poly select. Okay, so let's check there, and that's the first material. Let's remove the blurring, and there we pick just this part. Let's see the first mapping there. Okay, nice. It's not important, the other part. Then let's set a similar material, set number 3. We make a clone, and this one use, first of all, this one must be okay, and let's say that this one has a different area, so we pick this part of the back. Okay, and it works fine. We can use the map number 2. Then we can play with this texture. So we go to 001 there, and I like to have a reflection, so let's make a copy, and there we need a color correction. Keep all map. We need to saturate everything, and I think we can stay with something like that, so maybe, okay, something like that. Nice. So that's the reflection. We say that we have Fresnel reflection, but we are talking about metals, so let's go for 4. And then we have also there a map, and this one is more contrasted, but it's clear. So we have a little bit of glossy over some area and less glossy over the other area. And then we need the same map, and we can use it inside the bump. So paste, let's say 10. We can remove there, and let's go for 04. Okay, nice. So let's save. At this point we can do the same thing there, but we move, so let's make a copy, and then there we change to this part, and then we make clone, map channel number 2. So let's copy, then we go there and paste, and there and paste, and the same there, paste, but we have to change to 05 and save. Then let's work at the other material. There we have a bitmap, we have the same, but we select just this area to make the pages. Okay, apply and make the stuff visible, and let's see if, okay, everything is working fine. Nice. So we have the pages, we can have a little bit of reflection, let's use this map, and let's go to have a color correction. We go for no saturation, not so much reflectivity, and obviously a nice glossiness. And then we need the bumping, so let's use this one, copy and bump, paste, and we go for 0.5. Okay, exit from the isolation. Let's go in there, but we have to move the book. So let's go there, zoom, and it should be on the right plane. And let's try to render, but with a different area, so we have to stop it and render there, render. Okay, let's focus on this part. Okay, it works nice. I like to have maybe a little bit more bumping there, so let's go for 80, and then maybe I think I like to have a little bit more reflectivity there, so let's go for something like that, and let's change a little bit the parameter there, let's say 6, so we have more reflectivity. And let's do the same to the other, so in the reflection let's go to have more clear, and in the material we go to have 6. Render again. So it's nice. So let's go there and let's say that we don't want to have the transparency. Okay, let's go in perspective and zoom there. Okay, so now it's in the right position. Let's go back to this point of view. Let's go back to this one and this one. Okay, let's make some preview. So let's make some preview to see how the room is looking. Let's move there. Okay, nice and save. And we can do some preview there with the complete rendering. So let's render this one with the displacement. Let's see, it's a fast preview, so the quality is not the final one, but we have a nice looking to check the scene, and we see how it came from the 3 different cameras, and then we are ready to close this part of the tutorial. So you see that now the room starts to be better than before because we have more stuff inside the room. We can put some books also there to have more stuff. So let's do it because it can give a nice looking to the scene. We make a clone using the shift key. Okay, let's say as an instance, and we go to have it there. Let's rotate it, and we can put this one there. Let's make a clone, but this time as a copy, and let's zoom. Okay, let's rotate, and this time we assign a different material. So let's make a copy of this one, so we can remove this one, copy this one, and let's call it book number 2. And there in the color we can use a color corrector to have a different color. So keep all map, and let's change the hue, okay, to something like that. Let's see the value. We have -71. Let's go to do the same to the other part too. Let's close the extras, and there, color correction, keep all map, -71, and we can assign this material so we have a different color. And we can make another copy too, and just moved a little bit. And the second one will be maybe about a different color. So let's see what we can do if we play still a little bit. Let's go for 128. I made a mistake, sorry. So let's go back to the first one. Okay, let's make a copy, book number 3, and in the color correction there we say 140, 180, and do the same for the other texture, and we can assign it. Okay, so back to this camera. Maybe this book is better to stay on the ground and move it. Let's go in a perspective, and we have to move it a little bit. Okay, back in the camera, let's open the preview we were rendering. Let's do a render just for this area. And that's the result, so it's not bad. We can maybe put some books also there. So let's close, and let's select both. So we select this one, and we make a clone there as a copy, and let's pick just these pieces and height and perspective, zoom. Okay, so we need to move this book there and there, but we can use just this one. So let's remove the first one and the second one and zoom. Okay, nice. Ctrl Z using the angle snap. We didn't use the angle snap before, so let's go for 90 and then 90. Okay, we have to rotate a little bit. Okay, then we have to scale it, put it on the ground and move it They are too big. And move it. Let's say that we have something like that, and then let's make maybe 5 copies. Sorry. Obviously nothing is perfect, so we have to rotate a little bit the stuff. Let's rotate and put this one in this way. Okay, so using the material editor, we say that this one is with this texture, this one too, and this one is the red one, this one is green, this one is again the blue version, and this one is red, and this one is red. Nice. Let's go in the camera, back again, exit from the isolation, and from the rendering we can make another preview, but let's select this area and render. Okay, it works fine, so we can see from the other point of view too. So let's go in the camera number 2 and we can make the preview. Let's render it. So it is coming really nice, I think. Okay, perfect. And we can see for the last time also the other point of view, and I mean the camera number 3. Maybe we can adjust it a little bit. So let's select the camera and we can move it down. Okay, and let's select the camera target and we go to see something like that, maybe something like that. Okay, nice. Save and render a preview. So that's the rendering. Okay, so in the next part we work on the other furniture we have there and some chairs and the lamp for this part, and it will be ready to be rendered at the final quality, and maybe we can make some testing to make also the illumination for the night time. So for the moment that's all, and I hope to see you back on Max Cookie to check for new tutorial coming from cgcookie.com. Bye.